But actually, if you bank those little nuggets of self-confidence boosting interactions with people within the group, then actually that'll build up over time. And it took me about 2 years until I had full confidence to talk to different people. And then another year before I had confidence to do my first talk in front of 100 people. And I think we need to accept that, take it on face value, take it that it's come from a genuine place, because it really, really helped us. And the fact going into the pandemic, people kind of work with each other, but kind of on each other's podcasts, blogs, vlogs, writing articles together. And actually, that's the power of the group. And that's what a good tribe should do, give you that support. But resilience is a different thing. It's sometimes you build up resilience. You can't just learn it, but you have to. It's made up of many different things like fitness, leaving work alone. And the thing I picked up on today was laughter. I love laughing. I love watching crazy things on TV, because getting that air into your lungs can actually just reduce the tension. It can revitalize you. But once you understand the power of breath, if you can control it, you can actually control the stress levels. And I think sometimes it's not the only thing, and resilience is not just about this one thing. Sometimes laughing can just break you out of that rut, amongst other things. So those are the kind of two things. That part of that talk was recapping on that, and basically the power of the group. But the second half of the talk was about me coming from the back of the room to the front, literally with that talk. And part of that was due to the support of the group. But also the other part was really about embracing the genuineness. And the reason why I'm wearing this black top and jeans is it's an ironic representation of Steve Jobs, because I used to watch Steve Jobs a lot and think, oh, that's how to present. But actually, how you present is how you are. You can't be the mold of somebody else. You can learn techniques. You can be better at certain things, pacing, pitch, etc. But at the end of the day, what comes up naturally has to be natural, has to be genuine.
I mean, it's very good to emulate somebody else.
And
I
learn,
often talk
technique.
So I teach people techniques. I then say to them, who do you look to? Who do you admire? And you can kind of emulate them, but at the end of the day, it's you. It has to come back to you.
I don't know. Jackie's already mentioned we had to leave the theatre because there was no electricity there. Although the buildings to the left and right were fine, so we had to decamp, move everything, and I'm sure Mark must have been stressed as anything. But I felt okay. So I kind of landed upstairs, started the talk, and although I wanted a different pace to it, a lot more measured, but we have to adapt. And once I started going, because normally I can be quite nervous, it just flowed, and I was able to control it. I knew I had to speed up because we were, pressures of time or everything. But I think I nailed it. Even if I may say so, I nailed it. And I think
you nailed it. You did nail it.
When you don't over practice. Well, the thing is, I know, don't over practice, but actually you need to practice. You need to practice. So I think I controlled it enough. I adapted for the situation.
You did. And we all have to adapt. And we've all done that in lockdown. We have adapted. We've diversified. We've pivoted and all those sort of things. And it kind of builds a confidence. And I can absolutely understand what you're saying about the tribe and having the community. I wouldn't be here doing this podcast if it wasn't for this community. And certainly it's built my confidence around running a business, all of those things, collaboration, all those things are really important. What I'd like to ask is how did you feel 2 years ago about performing, about presenting? How were you on the stage at the Shelley 2 years ago compared to how you felt about it today?
Oh, well, I was pretty nervous, but once I got going, because I was talking about me, if I was talking about a technical subject, sometimes there'll be somebody in the crowd that knows more than you, and you might make a mistake, or they can challenge you. But when you're talking about yourself, nobody can challenge your history, what you feel. So the talk was the same again in terms of I was talking about my own personal feelings, and that's the easiest thing to do. This time I just felt very natural. I had to practice, get my little confidence that actually I could. And the strange thing was I didn't have the presenter slides, so I knew what was coming next. I had to kind of remember it. And the fact is, under pressure, if you practice and prepare well, it's there. You don't have to worry too much about it because it'll just come out. And also, if you mess up, nobody knows what's going to happen anyway. So that's one of the things you need to pick up on. Yeah.
And that's why I love improvising. You really do. You know, to anybody you've got a chance to do an improvisation session and just play. Yeah. It's a really good way of just freeing up your brain.
Yeah.
So that if you get to those moments where you just freeze or you feel like you're going to freeze, then you know your brain is used to acting on its own.
Yeah.
Just literally saying the first thing that comes into your head, basically.